Welcome to the Insight Meditation community of Charlottesville, Virginia. You can find all of our program offerings and information about our Sangha at www.imeditation.org. We meet weekly on Tuesday evenings at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, currently on the Zoom platform for meditation and a Dharma talk given by one of our teachers. We also meet daily at noon Eastern Time on Zoom for sitting practice. We hope you can join us.
So, as we begin tonight, welcome to IMCC on Zoom. My name is Jeanne van Gemert. And to begin, as we're reintroducing a little ritual, I'd like to light a candle. That candles have always lit our way out of darkness. They're a reminder to make of ourselves a light. And I'd also like tonight's candle to honor those who died during COVID, their families, friends, the many who were impaired by the virus and its aftermath. I'd also like to honor all our ancestors and the Monacan Indians who lived in this particular land. Using the title of this talk, Unmasking, Ready or Not, I'm going to stretch this flexible metaphor of unmasking to explore the continuum from what it means in our dailiness toward our desire to unmask our suffering. Since the masks covered our faces, let's feel our faces. So put your fingertips on your forehead and make small circles. Close your eyes and feel the solid bone underneath. And start making your way out toward your temples. And down your cheeks, your chin, over your nose, and lightly brush your face where the mask was. And feel how this feels. Our faces hold so much tension. And then when you stop, see what that feels like. The face is part of our form, of our body. Our ego's like form. It's a large part of our sense of self with a capital S. We like that we all look a little different from each other. Our egos might like that we all look a little different from each other, except in high school, there were these really identical twins, the Sugaharas, Brian and Byron. I loved them both. And almost no one could tell them apart. They were both really smart and would switch classes at whim. They were smart enough so they knew each other's material and classes, and they played with us all, especially the teachers. So it was hugely enlivening. We look in the mirror and there's confirmation. It's me, I'm still here. Same old form, but new wrinkles. I seem to be changing all the time. Fear may arise. How far will these wrinkles go, and how quickly? It's the reality we choose not to see. Fluid, impermanent, always changing. It's difficult to acknowledge this truth, which points toward aging, illness, and death. However, when we can glimpse this truth, the benefit, a fruit of the practice, is that we can more fully cherish what we have. How grateful I am that I can see, smile, hear, and how grateful we are to have a Sangha. We are all choosing and supporting each other in gaining understanding about the truth underneath the surface, underneath the mask of our denial. The verses or gathas from the Diamond Sutra are intended to cut through illusion, a diamond being the strongest and most precise cutting tool. The verses point to the fluid and relational view of existence, the illusory nature of phenomena. From the sutta, just as in the vast ethereal sphere, stars and darkness, light and mirage, dew, foam, lightning and clouds emerge, become visible and vanish again like the features of a dream, so everything endowed with an individual shape is to be regarded. Sliding back to the beginning of the masking, unmasking continuum, we realize the length and strength of it. Just ask any parent with school-age children how it was. After we got over our primal fear that we were all going to die. And for millions, 600,000 dead, there will be no return to pre-pandemic life. For them, the grief is more overwhelming, acute, and pervasive. It's a more complicated grief than grief after natural causes, in part because those dying were most often isolated. With this many of us sick or dead, we all know people, and it might be ourselves, who have been directly or indirectly impacted. Many families of COVID victims report that watching the country reopen is like reopening of a wound. After 15 months, it's only now safe to travel and move together. David Brooks wrote, "People wear masks when they feel unsafe. And for more than a year, we were unsafe and we had to wear masks. But the physical masks we wore were layered on top of all the psychological masks we had to put on out of fear in the years before COVID. Productivity is a mask. I'm too busy to see you. Essentialism is a mask. I can make all sorts of assumptions about you based on what race or ethnic group you are in. Self-doubt is a mask. I don't show you myself because I'm afraid you won't like me. Distrust is a mask. I wall myself in because I'm suspicious you'll hurt me. As we take off the physical masks, it seems important that we take off the psychological masks as well. If there is one thing I've learned in my life, David says, it's that we have more to fear from our inhibitions than from our vulnerabilities. More lives are wrecked by the slow and frigid death of emotional closedness than by the short and hot risks of emotional openness. As we unmask at our own speed, it may seem like life is moving too fast. There's traffic congestion again. And we might miss the permission or the sense of permission that it's okay to be silent. And the changes. Restaurants might have closed or moved. David Brooks now writes that the American Renaissance has begun. Explosive growth may happen because the old arrangement, the old patterns have been disrupted. 4.4 million new businesses were started in 2020. 38% of workers took additional courses. There are many jobs available, new startups, and a rebalancing of work and domestic life, of office and working from home life. We may have learned to slow down, value our homes, space, families, and neighbors. We may have learned to love more clearly. We've had to enlarge the sense of ourselves to take in the wide range of this continuum. And for sure, COVID has emphasized our interconnectedness. This unmasking chapter still has plenty of uncertainty, with only 44% of the country vaccinated and new variants appearing constantly. But hopefully, we are coming through this with more wisdom, clarity, and a deeper understanding of impermanence. So you should view this fleeting world, a star at dawn, a bubble in a stream, a flash of lightning in a summer cloud, a flickering lamp, a phantom, and a dream. It reminds me of Teresa's fireflies. So let's sit for a minute. So let's do some breakout rooms with the prompt. What has masking and unmasking been like for you? And maybe what's your experience with the conditioned or the unconditioned? May we remember that wherever there is darkness, there is light, even if it's unseen. May then we continue to move with courage into more openness. May we in all beings be happy and light of heart. Be healthy in our mind and bodies. Be peaceful. Have the ease of well-being and contentment. May we in all beings be safe. And may the merit of this practice benefit all.